drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here we go from Heinz Field as Chris Boswell tees it up and boots it away. To return, it's Cam Sutton. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. They go play action here on first down. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. So the D-line's going to spread out. On second down, Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Joe Hayden with it. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he claps down inside, how about to go ahead pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Off the play fake, here's Dobbs, rolling to his right. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Stephon Tuitt able to drop him for a loss of 4. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger being chased out left. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be resigned, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. This is Bell on the dump-off. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Ben to throw again. An incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back to the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides. It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP. 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special. Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game. Not a lot of penalties, just really clean play. Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game. And Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there. Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Bryant with a catch right side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back. So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They go play action now. Roethlisberger in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Cameron Hayward in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for fourth down. On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Taking it about the 36. Brown with his stick skills. A big hit. Knocked down sideways at the 28. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year, and they totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the right hash, this from 48. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So 2 missed field goals for him now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Bell. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Bud Dupree coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. So the sack, and now a third and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly. They'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. And before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
Now Roethlisberger. A screen to Bell. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Bell is so good at that. He just catches so many passes near the line of scrimmage. In fact, the unique stat line for him last year, he had more yards after the catch than total receiving yards from the line of scrimmage on the season.
That doesn't even sound real, but when you analyze his game, you understand why a stat like that can occur. His ability to catch the ball, be elusive, and also strong enough to break tackles, that allows him to gain all that extra yardage.
First down, it's Roethlisberger. This one complete, right side to McDonald. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Heinz Field after this. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Dobbs is throwing. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. 3rd down and 5. He may try and run for this, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 5 on the QB run, but it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. And Boswell's kick is good. And with that, they'll take a 1-point lead here in the second. So after 2 unsuccessful attempts, this time he's able to find the range, and he gets his guys the lead.
And we wondered whether those 2 misses would come back to haunt him. They still might, but at least he's able to get some sort of redemption and get his guys back in front.
So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
We go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
He still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Dancing to his left. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. Roethlisberger got to get his guys to the line as quick as he can. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a first. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Joe Hayden with it. He's at the 50, 30, 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he puts it through to extend this thing to a 10-2 ball game. So they throw the pick six now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. And Larry apparently very brief in his report. Thanks anyway, my man, as we're already set for action. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll go again with Bell. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. And ready now for 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. The Steelers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Again, it's Bell. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger, and that is incomplete. They'll go option to the short side. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He completes it to Bryant. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Out of the gun, Dobbs. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And now the offense operates in the red zone. Now a first down carry by Bell. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now Roethlisberger to throw, and that's going to be incomplete.
When we start looking for big-time corners, we're going to start with athleticism, but without technique, you're not going to make plays as one we just saw there.
And the Steelers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They come out here in the eye. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. The quick slant caught. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. His pass caught at the 4. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Now it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bryant. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards on each of the last 2 plays, and they're picking up big chunks now. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. On second down, Roethlisberger to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They go play action here on first down. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Here's Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. And the Steelers on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Oh, that's sweet.
Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. And oh, at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So a failure there to get rid of the football. I don't know in the end that it's going to matter much here with this game, but it yields another 2 points.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. It may not matter a ton with the deficit that's already there, but like my old coach used to say, it sure ain't going to help.
It doesn't help indeed. And an alley to run. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
Le'Veon Bell. It's a foot race, and he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big run that time by Bell. 68 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And all he takes off with it, it's a fake. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They go play action with Roethlisberger. Now a desperation throw deep. He's got a man complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. So that'll back them up 5. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And now here is another interception. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Joe Hayden with it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now.
And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown Steelers. Antonio Brown, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Boswell for the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. On second down, it's Bell. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys, because they're getting to him before he can get started.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a fourth down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we
The Panthers are now on the clock. All right, team is now off the clock. Adam Schefter, can you tell us about their newest player?
He's a raw athlete with a lot of upside, and the question will be, where and when does he hit his ceiling? He's still relatively new to football, as he was a track and field runner for the school his first 3 years of eligibility. He definitely has the body to play any of the skill positions in football, and he may ultimately end up playing a different position than what he's drafted as. I'm sure the coaches will love the athleticism he brings, but first they'll probably try him out at a few different areas before finding his best role.
The Chiefs are now on the clock. Adam, what can you tell us about the Chiefs' newest player?
Entering the season, he was the surefire #1 ranked wide receiver according to several experts, including Matt Miller. As the season wore on, a series of inconsistent performances had this ranking in doubt, with several other top performers jumping him. Even after a superb performance late in the season that saw him record double-digit catches and over 200 yards, he still couldn't gain much ground on the leaders, ending the season at the #4 spot in Miller's wide receiver rankings. He's demonstrated he can make the big plays, but the jury is still out on whether he's the type of pick that can develop into the NFL superstar he was considered just a year ago.
The Giants are now on the clock. The Houston Gunners are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Packers just made their pick. Adam, tell us more about Fisher.
A common complaint scouts like Matt Miller had was his dependence on raw power rather than proper technique. He tested well physically at his pro day, moving fast and displaying some strength. But in swim and rip drills, his hands looked slow and he relied more on his weight to move through the drill. If his technique doesn't, he may find himself getting locked up by linemen and unable to break free.
The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. Now that the Texans have made their pick, let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more.
Well, he was creeping up draft boards around the league until he took a big hit late in the season that knocked him out for weeks. Unfortunately, when the combine invites went out, he was still rehabbing from corrective surgery. Without his combine numbers, it became difficult for scouts to compare him with other players in his position group. His pro day didn't help much either, as he looked much worse than he did before the injury. I've heard from a source that the team had a workout with him where they did their own evaluation of his health. I guess they must have liked what they saw to have just drafted him now.
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. Dolphins have made their selection, and it's Buchanan.
I've been told by a number of scouts that he has all the qualities you want to see in any NFL defensive back, and they usually follow that by referencing his pro day. The kid was a blur on the field, running just under a 4.5 in the 40. When it came to drills, he didn't disappoint either. His combination of speed, footwork, fluid hips, and pure instinct made a lot of scouts draw comparisons to a few shutdown corners currently in the NFL. That's a pretty flattering compliment. Now that he's been drafted, it's only a matter of time before we see if that comparison is an accurate one.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. Let's go to Adam Schefter now, who's got more to say about the Dolphins' latest pick.
I'll tell you, everyone was talking about him after the combine, and not exactly for the best of reasons. He was called out almost unanimously as one of the worst interviews at Indy. I spoke with a few of the scouts who sat down with him, and the common remarks I heard was that he was slow to respond, had very little to say, and definitely had his periods of awkward silence. Fortunately for him, how he plays is looked at more than how he talks. I think the team found a good player, even if he is lacking a little charisma.
The Rams are now on the clock. Adam, what can you tell us about that last pick?
The foundation of any good team starts up front, and here's a guy who's a franchise's dream come true. GMs I talked to pointed to several of his games in college where he took on some of the nation's best defensive linemen, going toe-to-toe with them for 60 minutes of brutal trench combat and dominating them. He's going to be able to protect the franchise quarterback in addition to opening up holes for the run game. With size, speed, and strength, he should have a very successful NFL career.
The London Bulldogs are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Houston Gunners are now on the clock. Gunners have just made Hardy their newest player.
The end of his season was riddled with injuries, and that carried through until he suffered a sprain that took him out of the All-Star game in the Combine. The lack of new information on him slowly made him fall toward the back of his position's class. But his stock didn't take a total nosedive, as his name has just been called. He needs to relax now and fully heal up, which I'm sure the team trainers will enforce as well.
The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Buccaneers have made their selection. What can we tell you about them? That's why we have Adam Schefter.
After a string of injuries his junior year and what looked like more of the same his senior year, he made the decision to leave the team. It was a difficult choice to make, but after consulting with the trainers and coaches, it seemed like the best long-term option. His body needed more time to heal from past injuries, and opting out of his senior year helped him make a complete recovery in preparation for the draft. So even though there wasn't a lot of recent tape on him, he did put on a good show at the Combine, convincing scouts he hadn't lost a step. Some teams were concerned with his competitiveness after foregoing that final year of eligibility, but at least one team was confident enough to pick him up. Now we'll see if this team can keep him healthy and on the field.
The Mexico City Diablos are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. Vikings just made their pick. Adam, what can you tell us about him?
Been told by several scouts and GMs that he fell short of their expectations at the Combine, and that's a review you never want to leave Indy with. Matt Miller told me he was surprised. Right now,